Rise to the occasion.
Learning through sport that everything's pretty much like a snowflake, whether it's just humans in general, whether sport through speech, that definitely helps me kind of get that balance and learn to do things differently when needed.
You have an ambition to work like for like a company or whatnot. That's great, but why not own a company that's just like that?
Absolutely.
You know, like always just dream.
When it comes to like leadership skills that I've learned, leadership and communication skills that I've learned as an athlete, I feel comfortable talking to pretty much anybody and communicating with anybody in the work setting.
What you do off the field is what you do on the field. That translates, how you do anything. If you make your bed up, mediocre, then you're going to perform mediocre.
People just want to get to the big part of it instead of like going through the process and taking their time. Maybe you might not get to do it right now. You got to focus on something else. But I would say just take your time and go through the process.
Think about it. It's a $500,000 investment almost they're making in you. You got to put the work in. So you're not out there just hanging out like a normal college student.
People remember personality. Like, I like you, you like as a friend. Like, that's what they remember.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if you make yourself stand out as like, oh, she was a J. Oh.
Everything from my past, everybody that I came across, met, I try to learn from. And every experience that I get, I try to make something out of it. So it definitely helped me.
Because I feel like, society says we have to have this timeline, things have to be done. But, I mean, I disagree with that. You got to try a bunch of different things to figure out what you want to do anyway.
Nobody around me going to be selfish. And that's, to me, when you spread that as a coach amongst young people, the only thing that happens is winning. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the standard every day. That's what they're going to do. They only going to do what they taught to do and what they accepted to do.
I don't know why the injuries had to happen, but it only was there to make me stronger. And if I couldn't get through that, it's just like, what are you going to do? Just run every time it gets tough? Run every time things don't go your way? You can't do that.
Preach to my kids here, like, you get so caught up in an identity you don't understand. Like, you caught up in this facade of an identity you have. You're looking at it like, I am this sport.
But I also wanted to let them know there's a lesson in everything that you do. And I learned so many lessons from my players at Hampton, being their coach who played at the school they went to. I had to learn that they're not us. They're not me.
Like in high school, I did have some people tell me, college way different. College way different. But I never really understood it until I actually went to college. You know what I'm saying?
I think, if you just tap into what it is you truly want as an individual and you make a plan for that, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. Just commit to that, and just be open to how that unravels itself and how, the results reveal themselves.
Everything they did had a purpose to it. Our school days, after, hindsight, you're like, dang, that's how real life is.
Body language is everything. You might be going through a tough time, but you can't never let everybody else know that. You got to continue to keep your head up. You got to continue to push forward.
My mentor told me is, people find time for what they find value in. I found value in basketball. So I made sure that my homework was done. I made sure at the end of the week.
It can leave you any day, but happiness can't. So it was just a mindset, man, of, getting your own, because nobody can take your stuff from you.
That, being patient and not always taking the first thing, or not just, if I didn't get the first phone call, I'll be upset. I'll be down on myself. Or if I didn't see results in my training, I got to be patient because it's going to come.
Rise to the occasion.